Alright everybody, before we get into today's video, let me get this out of the way here. I apologize for the audio quality. As I'm still recovering from shoulder surgery, I spent the last 3 weeks at my girlfriend's house. When I moved back to my apartment, I realized I left my camera behind in her office. So for the next couple of days, I'm going to have to use this backup camera. I realized the microphone, which is built in, is not as good as the microphone on my 70D, which is an external mic. I get that. You guys are an understanding bunch, so I hope we can get through this together. Just bear with me. I'll get the camera back in a couple of days. It's gonna be okay. So, because I have a long-running partnership with GearBest on my Brazilian channel, I get sent a lot of stuff here to review, like cell phones, tablets, Bluetooth controllers, the works. Since you guys want to see me running games on these products, I figured I'd do another one of these videos. Today, we have the OnePlus 6, which isn't exactly brand new. This phone has been out for a while, but it is at a really good deal right now on GearBest. So I figured, hey, let's run some games on this thing. So, first things first, the cell phone we're going to be using for today's video. This, like I mentioned in the beginning, is the OnePlus 6. It's on a 26% sale right now on GearBest, so it's going for $430. And well, what do you get for $430? This thing has a 6.28-inch 2280 by 1080 display. It also rocks a Snapdragon 845 CPU running at 2.8 gigahertz. It's running Android Oreo and has 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. So specs wise, it's a pretty decent deal for $430, and that's factory unlocked. So not a bad phone in its own right. Let's take a look at this thing here. So of course this is kind of a fake unboxing because I've already went ahead and installed all the things we're going to need for this. Let's pull this thing out. Oh my goodness, okay. I booted up the camera by accident here. Let's put this aside here for a moment. Let's see what else comes in the box. So with these OnePlus phones, they always come with a whole bunch of stuff here. So there's some documentation. You got the little tool to pop the SIM card out. There's some stickers, which I think they might be overestimating how much people like their brand if they're including stickers. But hey, maybe you are a OnePlus fan. I don't know. I will say the packaging is very sleek. I'm gonna put this all back together here. It comes with a silicone case. I like when manufacturers do this because then you don't have to go out of your way and look everywhere for a case that fits your phone. It's easy enough to find cases for your phone if you're rocking an Apple or a Samsung phone, but not so much when you're using these less known, less mainstream cell phones. Nothing else in here. Let's put that back in there. It also comes with a USB Type-C cable right there. And what I believe to be a fast charging charger. Oh my goodness, yeah, it's a dash charger. So there's that, not bad. And it's got the OnePlus brand here on the side. Let's put it all back together here because we don't care about any of this stuff. Let's see the phone. I think I put this upside down. Okay, let's see the phone. All right, this too. Okay, so this is the OnePlus 6. Like I said, 6.28-inch 1080 screen. That's pretty big. This is the standard now. The phones all come with this little notch on the top, and it's pretty much all just screen. And it's a pretty snappy phone, again, with the 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. Pretty decent dual cameras here in the back as well. And I loaded this thing with a whole bunch of games for us to try. Both actual Android games and emulators, because you know what I'm all about here. So we're going to be using this guy right here, which you may also already know. This is the Ipega PG9087. Yes, I've settled on Ipega for how this is supposed to be pronounced. This is a pretty decent extendable Bluetooth controller. It works with a whole bunch of different phones because, you know, it extends, so you can fit all types of phones there. Now, before we get started, I want to try something that didn't work so well with the other phone that I tried this controller with, and this is it, holding it on landscape mode. Now, the other phone was a bit smaller, so it didn't hold quite right. It was wobbly quite a bit. Now, this is, as you can see here, there's a little bit of give here, so still wobbles a little bit, but it sits nicely at the bottom here. So this thing is not going to slip out like the other one. So this is nice. This means you can play DS games on this thing really easily. Okay, so how do you pair this thing? Very easy. So you're going to hold Home and X real quick here for 2 seconds. I think I have to turn it on too. It works better if you do that. All right, let's get back there. Home and X for a second. There you go. Now it's flashing. I'm going to go into the settings here, if I can find it. Where's the settings? Here we go. Settings, Bluetooth, and PG9087. There we go. It's paired. Well, now that everything is set up, let's try some games. So how about some good old Donkey Kong Country 2. So as you can see here, I have the volume turned all the way down, but as you can see, personally, maybe I'm a filthy casual, but I don't notice a whole bunch of lag, and this is kind of, lag is kind of to be expected when you have an experience like this, right? A Bluetooth controller. It's commonly that it will introduce a little bit of lag into the game, but as you can see, it's hard to tell. But if there is any lag, it should be in the order of maybe a couple milliseconds. It runs really, really well, and you can run with the D-pad like these games were originally meant to, but the analog stick will work just fine too. But really, Super Nintendo games, anything can run Super Nintendo games. The real challenge would be to run PSP games. So let's take a look here. I have Star Wars Battlefront 2. And as you know, I'm a big fan of this game, the original 2005 release. This is the PSP version of Battlefront, and some Android devices will not run this so well. So let's see how this thing fares here. Let me go back. Oh, I can't go. Yes, I can go back. Let me start in the base because I want to get a snow speeder. So let's start with the, let's go here with just the soldier. Here we go. Now this game specifically has some awkward controls because, as you know, the PSP did not have a second analog. I know there's an option to map the second analog here to these buttons here, which will make this game virtually work with two analogs, but I'm not familiar enough with this emulator to mess around with that. So for now, let's play the way it was originally intended to play. So how do I take off? Oh, no, that changes the turret. I forgot how to take off. Here we go, and it runs real. Oh my goodness, this is cool. It runs really, really smooth, as you can see. Oh man, oh my goodness, I overheated already. Where are the AT-ATs? There it is. Or AT-ATs. I've heard people say AT-ATs. Oh, overheat. It runs so well. Like as I was saying, a lot. Oh my goodness. A lot of these PSP games won't run so good in some phones. Oh my god, I just kamikazed myself. But yeah, as you can see, let's start somewhere else. Okay, here we go. And let's select this character here. Oh, get out of here. So yeah, as you can see, I'm sure you must have tried to run PSP games on an Android device before. And this is a game that doesn't often run very well. Oh. What's that? Oh, there's a guy there. Stop spinning this thing. Oh my goodness. There you go. Oh no, that guy's my buddy. Okay, ATST. Oh Jesus, it's looking at me. Okay, I'm not gonna take it down with this thing. I need a grenade or something. I forget. Oh, here you go. Thermal detonators. Oh, screw you, buddy. Oh yeah. Okay, those thermal detonators are not as strong as I was hoping. But yeah, this is Star Wars Battlefront 2 running on the PSP emulator on the OnePlus 6 with the Ipega 9087. Let's try another game. Let's see here, exit to menu. I have another game that usually is hard to get running right on PSP emulators, which is God of War. So let's load here. And it runs really, really smooth. Look at this. Now, granted, PSP graphics didn't age the greatest. It's very clearly, it's kind of like in between a PS1 and PS2 graphics. But my goodness, this runs smooth. Look at that. Now, there are some, when there's a lot of elements on the screen, you can tell there's a little bit of a slowdown. But overall, the experience is on the smooth side, and this is without any sort of tinkering with the settings or anything. PPSSPP, which is the emulator I'm using right now, is known for usually needing to you need to mess around with it to make it run really smooth. This is without. Oh, there's a thing here that I have to do. Pull down to fire the ballista. Okay, X to continue. Pull back and now fire. There it is. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's a thing to pick up here. Okay. Oh no, it's just to read. Here we go. Gotta love that double jump. Oh, here we go. Let's get gas a little bit more. Now, this is one of the most graphically intense PSP games. So if this runs like this, with some minor stuttering when the action becomes too hectic, I would say this is a pretty good benchmark for the experience of. Oh my goodness, that's a big one. Oh, come on. Oh, those dreaded QuickTime events right off the top of the game, too. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's even bigger. I forgot there was a boss fight right in the beginning. Okay, so we have to evade, okay. So like this, oh, no, I messed it up. Oh, there we go, so that's how, you have to press both. I'm bad at following instructions apparently. Whoop, dodge, oh my goodness. Let's kick his ass. Oh, dodge, 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 dodge. Yeah, no, it runs, considering everything that's going on and the fact that this is one of the most graphically intense, oh, Jesus Christ. Let's try an actual native Android game, like GTA Vice City. So as you can see, one interesting thing about Android games, when you have a Bluetooth controller connected to it, it goes, all of the on-screen controls go away, which is nice, because then you have full screen without all of those elements blocking your view. I forget where I'm supposed to go here in the beginning of Vice City, okay. But as you can see, how do I back up? Okay, no, I didn't want to get out of the car, but okay. And even the second analog works just fine to move the camera, which is pretty awesome. Oh my god, I wasn't trying to get out. Okay, how to back up here? I forget how to back up. There we go. This is a pretty kick-ass experience to have right in your pocket. It's a full-fledged GTA experience. Portably, this is pretty awesome. As somebody who loves portables, to see this running like this on two devices that go into your pocket, like when you're done playing, you take this out, this goes in your pocket, you turn it off, this goes in your other pocket. Pretty decent setup. Now to wrap things up, like I mentioned in the beginning, DS emulation. Now like I said, this is a pretty good setup because the phone is big enough to fit right in the middle of the 9087 here. Let's, okay, press start, here we go. Oh, this is pretty awesome. Let's see here, campaign, sure. New game. Okay, skip all that boring dialogue. Let's get to the game. And of course you can take off all of those on-screen elements there. Like I said, I'm just too lazy to do that right now. But yeah, you can do that on pretty much any emulator. So you can use the analog stick, or you can use the D-pad for a more traditional experience, let's say. So let's attack this guy. And yeah, screw you, buddy. This is pretty sweet. So like I said, this is the OnePlus 6. It goes for $430 right now. It's a pretty sweet phone in its own right, and it runs pretty much everything that I try to throw at it. And this controller right here is the Ipega PG9087. It goes for 21 bucks right now, which is a pretty decent value for this kit right here, let's say. So for 450 bucks, you get a pretty decent phone that is able to run pretty much anything I tried, and a portable Bluetooth controller that fits it really nicely. I mean, obviously this is gonna look silly for a DS game. Actually, maybe not so silly. This is actually pretty interesting. I hadn't considered this, but actually this works really well. Okay, the unity selected is blah blah blah. You talk too much, lady. I hope you guys enjoy this. The links, like I said, are going to be in the description of this video. If there's anything else you'd like me to test here on the channel, make sure to let me know. Hit like and subscribe. That helps the channel out a bunch. Follow me on social media. I try to be very, very active over there. Oh, hey, I almost forgot. 99 Vidas, my indie game based on my Brazilian gaming podcast of the same name, is now available on the Switch, which is my favorite way to play the game. 99 Vidas, which by the way means 99 lives in Portuguese, is a 16-bit inspired street brawler in the style of classics like Captain Commando or Streets of Rage. There are tons of unlockable characters, bonus levels, challenging boss fights, there's an online mode. We put a lot of thought and work into 99 Vidas, and I think you will find that it shows. I did my own voice acting and everything. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but the soundtrack on this thing alone is worth the price of admission in my opinion. Just like every other Switch fan out there, we hate the so-called Switch tax, where indie games land on the eShop with a higher price point than their Steam versions. So 99 Vidas is actually cheaper on the Switch than on Steam right now, only $10. And hey, don't just take my word for it, there's a demo for you to try it free. So go to the eShop right now and download 99 Vidas. And that's all the time I have for today. I'm Izzy and I'm done.